If you've never worked with Composer or PHP packages, let's take a step back and see what exactly is Composer, how can you use it in your application, and what makes packages so great. So packages are basically reusable libraries that you can just plug into your existing applications and then reuse these components. So for example, if your application wants to read and write Markdown files, you might find a package for this from the PHP leak, which is called CommonMark. To require this package as a dependency of your current project, you can use Composer, require, and then use the package and vendor name for this specific package to include the complete source code of this package into your application. So if we do this, we have Composer, require, leak, CommonMark. This is just an empty project that I created. And now I have downloaded the package and have it installed in my project directory inside of the vendor directory. All right, so now we could use this specific package, and so we do not have to take care of reading, writing Markdown files on our own, because we have just included the whole Markdown reading logic from this specific package. So if you haven't used Composer before, and maybe just like me, you started developing in PHP before Composer was even a thing, then we only had options like phpclasses.org, which is still a thing, but back in the days it was even more known. So it's a website where you could find classes or a set of classes and functions to include into your specific project. And now this basically just got replaced by Composer, which is a dependency manager for PHP and just makes it a lot simpler to include third-party dependencies into your project. So just to give you some numbers, Packagist is the website where you can find and search for your Composer packages, and we'll come back to Packagist later on. But just to give you an idea of how well the whole package ecosystem works for PHP, let's take a look at these statistics here. So over the last 7 years, we now have around 1.5 million package versions available from 211,000 packages in general. And these are only the public packages that we have. So there is a lot of pre-built packages available for you, and the benefits of creating packages are you have a pre-written logic that you can just plug into your application. It becomes reusable. So, for example, in projects that I have built and maintained at my old job, we always had to build CMS sites. So we always had some kind of admin interface. And in this admin interface, you could, for example, create news items for the website. Now, if we had multiple projects, we had to re-implement the whole logic every time again and just pull out the code from another project that we built. And doing this with packages helps you just reuse the one logic that you implemented in another project without having to copy-paste things. And you get the benefit that if, for example, you find a bug in your code, you can fix it, release a new version, and the bug fix will automatically be applied to all the code bases that use your specific package. One other benefit, if you just use pre-existing packages, is that those packages are community maintained. So, for example, right here, we have pull requests for the CommonMark package that other people send in to either fix bugs or extend the functionality of the package. Of course, this requires some amount of work for the maintainer, and we'll talk about that later on as well. But in general, you can say that these packages are community maintained, and you can depend on them more easily than if you would, for example, write the whole logic yourself. Another benefit might be that packages are framework independent, or at least they can be framework independent. So the CommonMark package, for example, can be used in whatever library you want. So you can use it with Zen Framework, Symfony, or Laravel. It doesn't matter. So if you, for example, might switch from one framework to another, which I think is not a very common case, but it might happen, and then framework agnostic packages are great. And as I've said and showed you, those packages are just easily installed using Composer, and makes it very easy to deploy updates and fixes and just include different packages into your application. So this is, for me, one of the main reasons why you should build packages. And this is not only about open source packages, it's also about private packages, for example, to split up one of your client or company projects into multiple reusable packages that just become easier to maintain than this big monolith. So yeah, this is what makes package development so great for me. And in the next videos, we're going to just build our own package step by step, and I'll guide you through the different things you need to take care of when you start building your own package.